What's up, fellas? We're having a spin-off episode here to talk about the season 10 Love is Blind in its entirety. The reunion hasn't come out yet, but I know we've all watched the season. So, I want to ask you, from the beginning, did the couples that you think would make it, did they make it to the end? Chris?
So yeah, as I was like I saying, I'm new to the whole Love Is Blind series. I watched episodes of past seasons, but I particularly wanted to watch this one because it was based in Ohio, and I wanted to see like maybe I might run into or see someone that I'd known or whatever. It did not happen. It did not happen. I did not know any of these couples, but I did for the most part the couples that I thought was gonna last did end up getting married. But was that the question?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And what couple
Okay.
was that?
The what's it? I had it right here. Amber and Jordan.
Amber and Jordan. What'd you think? Why'd you think they would make it? One in particular.
At first, I did not. Their physicality did not seem like they would match. He was a kind of a bigger dude, and she was more of a fit. I think she's a nurse, right? And so at first, when they did the reveal and them seeing each other, I thought she had kind of a different look when she first looked at him.
Mm-hmm.
I think she kind of made a face, but me and my wife were talking about it, and we kind of described them as a couple like King of Queens, like a Kevin and
Yes.
Kevin and Carrie situation or
Oh,
Fred
Doug.
Flintstone,
Doug and Carrie.
yeah, Fred Flintstone and a Wilma, you got the bigger dude, but the hotter wife.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can see that. I can see that for sure. It's definitely like a mental image, like trying to see her climbing up on all that. But like, I mean, were you at all taken aback by how old she looks?
Yeah,
Like
that too.
she's trying
That
to
too.
convince everybody that she's 33, but were you thrown by
Yeah.
that?
Oh yeah, like from the first episode, like me and my wife were questioning, like, man, she does not look 33. Like she looks, yeah, way older.
Yeah. What about you, Josh?
So to answer the question, Christine and Vic was probably the couple who I knew, and this is being an avid watcher of Love Is Blind. Usually, the first couple who proposes is a couple that's going to make it. I usually didn't see them have many issues. I mean, I think the only thing they brought up was this about her raising the black son, but I figured that wouldn't be so much of a hard struggle because I think they knew their race when they were in the pods. I figured he knew she was a white
Mm-hmm.
woman. I figured she knew he was a black man when they was in the pod, so I figured that wouldn't be too much of an issue. But yeah, I knew they were gonna make it, and I knew like the couples who didn't make it, I knew they weren't gonna make it. It seemed like they weren't gonna make it, so I knew
Now, as an avid watcher, who did you know immediately was not going to make it?
Devontae and Brittany. I knew they were gonna make it. I just knew. I just knew.
Yeah. Yeah,
More
I
from
would
his
agree.
more because more from his reaction or how he was interacting with her. Or,
Yeah, because like
yeah,
the first word he said was I never dated like a
yeah,
woman of color. Still crazy, but when your name is Devontae, but I figured like okay he must not be that attracted to her. 'Cause I thought she was the most attractive woman of all of them. So I was like for you not to be attracted to her like yeah it must be something that he could. I don't know if I think he might have been because he's not the best looking guy, right?
He
So
had no
like,
neck.
right? I was like, she's kind of out of your league a little bit. Like maybe that's the reason why. Like, I don't know. Like I don't know. But I figured they weren't. I knew they weren't going to make it.
Yeah, I was definitely annoyed by them the most. Like, just because I knew that they weren't going to make it, and you could tell it was him. Like, throughout the whole thing, there was something about him that was just constantly annoyed by her. It was like, He's like, oh my god, you can't expect me to be thinking about you all the time. I need to be alone sometimes. I'm like, bro, like, dog, you don't even know her. You already sick of her. You're sick of her presence. Like, I don't think y'all getting married, bro. It's not looking good.
Right. And as an avid watcher, you've seen the storyline before. Like, he's doing the same shit that the people that don't make it are doing that do in all the seasons before. But yeah, I think my favorite couple who I liked, it was Vic and Christine, but it was funny. Like I was rooting for them, but on the other hand, like it almost seemed too perfect. So I'm like, man, I'm sitting there waiting for something to just happen. Like, man, this dude is like perfect. Like he's good looking. He got like all the right words, like the perfect job. He's like care for the community, like, and then he meets her grandmother and like. For them, like you said, they were a black and white couple, and like wasn't that her grandmother? It was her grandmother, right? Not her mother, Christine. But I can't remember. But I know he went to her house, and she just loved him, and like she was just like it was like too perfect. And I'm like, man, I hope nothing goes wrong, but it seems too perfect, and I feel like they might not make it because it seems too perfect. But I was happy they made it. I mean, like, and I guess to go back to what you said, Josh, about like he didn't look that great like Devontae. I think Vic was probably the best looking guy on the show out of everybody. Like, in this show, like there wasn't too many like pleasers on the show in general. Like, it
really wasn't like. It really wasn't. Like,
it wasn't a lot of standouts. Women or men.
Yeah, it was like a lot of average people.
Average,
average people on that show.
So like
a lot of Ohio people.
That's not normal.
That's Ohio people. Y'all just some average niggas out there.
Right, that's what it's giving. Ohio, Columbus folks are average looking people. Man, but honestly though, like when you think about Love Is Blind, like I feel like this has been the whole point, or this should have been the whole point of the show, right? Is to have like not gorgeous people that you know are gonna be in the pods, and you just gotta like.
I mean, I think
like the same names as this hot person and try to make it work, but no. Can I make it work with me being a pretty decent looking person and this Teddy Ruxpin looking motherfucker? Can I make it work with him?
I think that's a known joke. Like a Midwestern 10 is like a West Coast 6, West Coast 7 or whatever, Yeah, but I thought like I do want to talk about Kevon and the pods and.
Oh man.
Had it so y'all on the side that he was just being idiotic or was he truly being mindful of the two women's feelings?
I feel like he didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Yeah,
he was too much like I want to say this to. I feel like the girl who left is the girl he wanted to be with, but didn't want to hurt the other girl's feelings.
Right.
So like then he started like, well, I don't want to say nothing. Yeah, I still want to get to know you. Like, dude, you already made up your mind. And then you ask a girl like to be your girlfriend or something like that, and then came back and then changed his mind. I'm like, it was too much for this dude. Like too back and forth. I'm like, dude, you just don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. But on this show, you gotta do that. Like you gotta be the person, be like, nah, you my number 2. You ain't my number 1, and that's what it gotta be.
Yeah, he needed to be on Married at First Sight.
Yeah, like
right.
He don't need
take
options.
away his option to flip flop.
Take away his options. Right. Like, just give me the girl. Like, just
right. Because I feel like all that flip flopping was evidence. Yeah, but like all that flip flopping is just evidence that like you're not here for the right reasons, right? Like you're trying to like maintain your presence here on the show as opposed to locking it down with somebody that you feel is your number 1, right? Like he felt like this is the person, but instead of just saying that, he tried to play the field to make sure he got a spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because usually I don't like it when people when their number 1s breaks up with them, then they go to their number 2. I'm like, nah. Like, if my number 1 is if I'm on that show and I got a number 1 and she like don't want to be with me, I'm gonna get off the show. Like that was who I wanted.
But see, Josh, we know that you don't.
For number 2.
We know that you don't deal well with rejection either.
Yeah, I don't.
You can't take being somebody else's number 2.
Nah.
So what if your number
Not
one was
foundation.
your number two? Was their number two? You're their number two, and your number
Like,
one
if
has
she
rejected
hasn't,
you.
then I will
Well, no,
walk
they're
off
the
the
same
show.
person. So you just done.
Yeah, I'm just done with the show. I'm not gonna then go because to me, like if I say this is my number one, this is who I really want to be with, and she don't want to be with me, I'm not gonna go down to my number two because then I feel like I'm just settling. Like,
So
cause then like I got the spot on the show, then I'm gonna see this number one who I really want to be with, and then I'm be like, damn, I wish I would be with her.
But-
I'm still gotta see her through all these little cross events we do together as a group.
So I think that the issue is like they still see their number two because possibly that number two can move into the number one spot throughout those days that they're dating in the pods, and then once the number one rejects them, it's like, well, let me see. Like the issue, I guess they don't have that much time, but let me see if I can hurry up and push this number two into number one to see if I can make it work. Because there's something there with the number
Like-
two because you wouldn't have kept the number two on that long. So I don't think it's wrong to
Right.
try to go for
Yeah.
the number two.
It just
I
depends
feel
on
like-
how long you're holding on to a number two, especially
Yeah.
if you know that number two is holding you in place
Number
for
one.
as their number one.
Yeah,
You
that was
have
that's
to-
what messy what he was doing. Yeah,
You have to go to me like you got to go on this show. It was like, okay, you date multiple women, then you go to like you gotta just keep narrowing it down. Like, all right, you got four, now I got three, now I got two. At some point, you got to be like, I just got one person because I don't believe you can focus on and build an actual relationship with two different people at the same time. I feel like you can, but and I'm talking about to marry somebody. I ain't talking about like just to be there. You want to propose and marry this person. At some point, it just got to be a number one. It can't be like, well, I got two people still. I'm trying to judge. I'm talking about all the way at the end. Like I'm okay with it. I'm okay with going to a number two if it's still like in the middle, and I still got two people. But if I locked it down, like this is who I want to be with, this is who I want, and she don't reject me, then I'm not about to go back to my number two again because I already said this is who I wanted. And that's what I was saying. Like, I'm okay with you going back to your number two, like, in the early stages of it because, you know, it's still early. But, like, if you've been doing this for a long time, at some point, I can't now play catch up with number two. Like, oh, let me hurry up and see if this is really what I want to do. Like, at that point, it's like, it's too late.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like K. Vaughn waited too late to pick his number one. He kept that going for so long. Like, at some point, you got to be like, this is who I want. And,
Yeah.
and just forget about it and just
Yeah,
be
that's
okay
the
with
issue.
hurt
Yeah,
people's
he didn't have a number. He didn't have a number one until like the last day. I feel like.
Right. I'm like, you waited so long, like to get to make this decision. You can't build two relationships and try to propose to both of them. Like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Ask both of them, see which
Now
one-
for
which one
me,
reach out.
Yeah, see which one will say yes.
like I didn't really have a favorite couple like at all. Like I really wasn't rooting for any of the couples, to be honest. Like I wish I could have had an opportunity to root for Vic and old girl, but like they didn't really present them in a way that made you want to root for them. They were just kind of like a side story, like a cup of coleslaw. Like it's cool.
like a different, like a totally different TV show.
Yeah, it's like I mean I enjoy coleslaw. Like I'll take a couple bites, but like I wasn't here for that, so I guess I'll take it with my fries. But I was rooting for Emma. I felt like Emma was such a dope person, and I really wanted her to find somebody, but I felt like
I knew that wasn't gonna work.
she
I knew
wasn't
it
gonna
wasn't
be able to commit to having a kid, and that was
kid,
such
you
a
cannot.
hang up
right.
for Mike.
cannot.
Like she wasn't
I
gonna.
don't even know. Like if I have such a hook on having kids, there's no way I'm proposing to you, and you are like I'm on the fence, and I don't want nobody who's gonna marry me and be like, all right, I have kids for you. No, I want you to have kids too. I don't want you having kids because I want them. I want you to have kids because you want them too. So
I
I
think they
never
messed up
understood
in the
that
pods.
marriage. I was like, that was
Yeah.
so stupid.
But was I tripping? Or did she kind of say that she was willing to have a kid with him? Didn't she say that like on the altar or at the altar?
Yeah, I think she
felt
did,
like
but I don't think he
what
was.
She
Yeah.
She kind of alluded to it, but he had already kind of made up his mind that he wasn't
Yeah.
going to go through with it.
Yeah, because I think she said like
I think
I'm
you're
willing
right.
to have a family with you. Is what she said at the altar,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
Right. So I'm like, would you be? I felt like I would be pissed off in that situation just because if this was your only hang up and I gave you everything you needed at the altar and you still said no, you knew you were going to say no before we got here. And now you got my mama, my daddy, my cousins, my brothers, my sisters here, all watching me get rejected after I just said I would have your little ugly ass kids. You gonna leave me here on the altar? Like, that's not cool, bro. You could have did that at the apartment. You could have broke up with me at the crib. Like, that wasn't cool.
Which is why I respect couples who like break up before they get to that marriage. I'm like, why go through this and you know you ain't gonna last? Like, why go through this and you already gonna say no? I'm not about to put on a suit and all this and do this whole aisle thing just to tell you no in your face in front of your parents. Like, this is rude.
Ashley,
I'll break it with you. Is that what you said no?
man,
Now, I thought that couple wasn't gonna make it anyway.
Like, I didn't like how she did. I didn't like how she did Alex at the altar. How she like basically like called him a liar. Like she just fronted him in front of his friends and family. I'm like, you could have just like, why waste the time going to the altar if you knew, like, cause you knew before you went that you wasn't gonna all the stuff you said about him. Like you knew you wasn't gonna get married, so you wasted your family's time and his family's time.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Now I gotta ask y'all about Brittany and Devonta. So Devonta or Devo is what he likes to be called. So I think it's easy to kind of jump on Devonta and get on his racial identity and his hangups about dating people of color, which is obviously weird when your name is Devonta. But like, I want to ask y'all, what did y'all think of Brittany's approach to this whole relationship and her view of Devonta?
Well, I thought she was genuinely in love with him. Like she looked thrilled, when they came out the pods, and so I felt sad for her. Yeah, like for him to, I don't know, it was his just demeanor after meeting her just seemed totally weird to me. I don't know.
Now, was there any aspect of you that thought maybe she was a little desperate?
It did come across a little bit.
I
It
mean,
did.
she came
Yeah.
to this situation with a dress already purchased.
Yeah.
Like before she even went in the pod, she had a dress. So, does that make her a little bit desperate? I mean, how many times can this man tell her like, "You just not it for me"? But like, we just go be in another room, and she's so like, "But I still want to marry you."
Right.
Like, was anybody as frustrated about this as I was? Because I was very annoyed with Brittany. I'm like, girl, you are bad as hell. Why him?
Cause she was pretty up in age too, right? Wasn't she like mid-30s too?
I think so. Like probably early to mid 30s.
Yeah. So hey, maybe she shot clock's winding down for her.
Yeah.
And she, like you said, she genuinely thought that love was blind and this was working and she could make this work. I think she just genuinely like I'm gonna make this work, and she wanted to pull whatever it was that she was getting from the pods and bring it into real life because Devonta left that at the pods. He didn't bring it with him, and she was just trying to pull it out of him every day.
Yeah, I like Brittany. I'm not going to fault Brittany in this one. It's all Devontae. 100%.
So it was all Devonta.
Yeah, man.
Oh
That comment beginning, man, just threw me off, man. I will never forget that comment ever.
That he's never dated.
They never dated a woman of color. Your name is Devontae, man. No, that's just weird. It's weird. Like that's your name speaks. That's all you date is women of color.
Maybe he was, raised in the suburbs all his life.
Well, then you should be named Devontae, living in the suburbs.
I mean, I thought it was real interesting that he really made sure to hide his family. We
Yeah,
never got to see any of his family to figure out like
I I know.
what
I'm
is this
still
racial
questioning.
makeup?
Yeah, I'm right. I'm still questioning it.
Yeah, like I know you ain't white, man. Ain't nobody naming a white kid Devontae. It's not gonna happen. So
Nah.
But yeah, it was like of all like everybody had to do the whole meet the family thing, and he didn't. How did he get out of that?
unless the family don't want to be on the show.
That's wild. That's
Yeah,
wild.
maybe he had to do with his
Oh, go
upbringing.
ahead.
I was gonna say maybe it had to do with his upbringing. Maybe you know, you know, maybe if he, let's say he's mixed and he was raised on his white side, and they, you know, they didn't want nothing to do with because what was she? Was she Hispanic? Was she Hispanic?
Mm-hmm. I think she
Yeah.
identified
She was
as
mixed
black
too.
and Hispanic.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it was something about the Hispanic or black side that his family didn't want to.
Yeah.
Well, kind of
Yeah,
like Josh said, like
support.
we're not,
Yeah,
like we're not going on, we're not going to meet her.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they're definitely the indication of how hard it really is dating out here. Like you really gotta put your head down and like hope for the best.
And what I don't understand is like people who go on people go on this show and be like, I'm not attracted to you. Like I feel like the purpose if I'm gonna go on this show, I gotta be okay with being with somebody I'm not attracted to. Because
Yeah.
like 3 people came out and said they were attracted to him. And I'm like, y'all should
Let's
be
talk
on the
about
damn
it.
show.
Let's talk about it. A&A. Alex and
Alex
Ashley.
said it. Yeah, they said it. Alex said it. I wasn't attracted to her.
Yeah, I mean,
Even,
I think
even,
Alex,
even Brittany said it. Even Brittany, well, Brittany
Yeah.
said Devontae wasn't her type. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It was Alex.
Yeah.
It was Chris. Chris said it about which I thought also she was a good looking girl too. I was like, I don't get this. I've got somebody.
Wait,
else.
which one was the couple where he was really athletic, but the girl she was like,
That's
I'm not
Chris.
running for nothing.
That's her. That's Chris.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
Chris.
okay.
He was mad because like she's not exercising. I'm like she don't do
Yeah.
Pilates or something. I'm like
Yeah.
what?
Okay.
like, but she had a good shape though. Like she was.
Yeah, no, she
Yeah,
looks
she
great.
did. She
Like,
did. She
I was
did.
like, I don't understand this. Like, it was weird. But then he was attracted to Connor's
Bree.
girl,
Yeah,
who I
Bree.
think who wasn't as attractive. I was like, I don't get it.
and she let him play in her face. And like she was entertaining that flirting. That was a little
She was
weird.
entertaining. Yeah, she was entertaining. Like I don't know why you just don't walk away. Like he was mad disrespectful. Like and then like he does it and then go dabs up Connor. Like I was like, what are you doing? Like you just try to hit on his girl, and then go dab him up. I was
Yeah.
like, that's mad disrespectful, man. That's
Yeah.
mad disrespectful.
Yeah, Chris
Oh,
was
my God.
Chris is
Chris
raggedy.
is an asshole, man. He was an asshole. I was like, oh my God.
How you feel about that? Your namesake.
Oh, I
How
know,
you're
man.
changing.
I know, man. Make it a bit bad for everybody hates Chris, man.
Man,
That
so
makes a point now.
so final question. With the reunion coming up, who do we think of the 2 couples that got married? Do we think that they will still be married by the time we get to the reunion?
I think they
I
will.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
think that was gonna be my question. Like, so normally the past seasons, the contestants aren't of a higher age, so because of that, I feel like they will be. But yeah, the past seasons they're younger, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think Vic and what's her name? I think they will have stayed together, but I don't know.
You don't know
I don't know about the other
Jordan?
one.
Amber.
Yeah. So yeah.
I think age is gonna play a factor in this season, and yeah, I think they're gonna stick together.
So you think they gonna settle?
Yeah.
You'll settle.
Yeah. Well, I think that was a good recap show, fellas. Thanks for getting together. We could talk about this Love is Blind thing. We'll talk about next season. Hopefully, they don't steal my idea and make Friendship Edition. If they do, we can definitely sue, and then we'll review the show for sure. But we're out.
Peace.
Peace.
One.
Thank you so much for listening to the Brothers and Friends podcast. Do you want to chime in on this week's topic? Well, leave us a comment for us to discuss on a future episode. But in the meantime, please follow us on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. Peace.